Yeah, good morning, guys. My name is Mr. Walls, and I welcome you back to Software Effects Academy. This morning, I'll be sharing with you how to trade demand and supply zones like a pro. And this is going to be a two-part series, and this is going to be part one, and later in the day, I'll be dropping part two of this series. So what is demand and supply zones in the Forex market? A demand zone is a place where we have excessive buy power in the market, where we have excessive buys in the market, whereas a supply zone is where we have excessive sell power in the market, excessive sell power, where sell exceeds buys. And, you know, probably you are wondering what necessitates for this in the market. A lot of factors can actually necessitate for this in the market, which we are going to be getting into later and in depth. But I just want to, this is an introductory part. I want to espouse it to the concept of demand and, demand and supplies in the market. Now, when we are talking about demand and supply, there are some terms which you must be conversant with. In the case of demand, we have rally. Look at my annotations on the chart. A rally is a place where we have like a kind of impulsive buy, a very strong buy. We have excessive buys only in the market, and you can see this is a rally. Then we have a base. A base is a place in the market where demand is equal supply, where the buying power is equal to the selling power, like a place of indecision in the market, a place of indecision in the market. And that's when you have a kind of consolidation. And look at the chart I have before me. We have rally, base, then rally. That's a kind of continuation in the market. And on the other hand, we have drop. A drop is a place where we have excessive sales, where we have sellers only in play. And you have drop, base, drop. That's a continuation move in terms of sales in this market. We have drop, base, drop, and we have rally, base, rally in the market. So you must be conversant with this in order to trade successfully demand and supply zones in this market. A demand and supply zone is very similar to you trading your order block. It's very similar to trading order blocks. So in fact, there are some school of thoughts that actually say that these zones are actually the same, and they are very similar. In most cases where you have your demand and supply, you realize you have your institutional candles around there. And mostly demand and supply zones are areas where you have some kind of institutional play. And the market makers are the big banks. They are the one that moves this market. And for you to have a place in the market where you have sellers only in play, or where you have buyers only in play, they are the one that can pull off such moves. So is a way of trading the smart way as well. On this channel, we trade the smart money concept, and the people that have been following us, they are very conversant with the fact that we trade the smart money concept. So any concept that, the smart money, I mean, the market makers, any concept they get into, that's what we also want to get into. And, any aspect they get into the market, whatever way they approach this market, that's the same way we too want to approach this market. That's why we are considering the concept of demand and supply zones, because from my back test so far, I realize it's a very effective zones that should be considered in this market as well. And in my subsequent videos, I'm going to do a lot of back tests on some pairs, ranging from volatility pairs, move to Forex pairs, even indices. I'm talking about US 30, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. just for you to see that this concept works across board. It works across board. So there is no knowledge that is wasted if you're very conversant in trading your other blocks and you still have this knowledge as well. It's actually going to help you if you can, work with it together. Is actually going to help you. It's going to help you a lot. So let's go further in our quest to understanding demand and supply zones. So you can also have it, this is a continuation move. At the same time, let me show you the reversal. Okay, let me just quickly take my polyline and draw. In the case of a reversal, that means you have something like this. Or okay, let me clear off my chart. Okay. In the case of a reversal for the mark, you have drop, then you have your base, then rally, then probably rally, then you expect price to return back to the demand zone, then more move. You have, greater move in the market. And the opposite of it is when you have a reversal, then you have rally, you have your base, then drop. Then you have price returning to the zone, then drop down further, then drop down further. So let me just show you some of this in the VIX 75 market. Let me show you some of this on VIX 75 market. VIX 75. Okay. Okay. I can see something here. Okay. Now look at here. These are base. Look at what happened. These are base. We have. Let me bring up my polyline. We have my polyline. Okay. We have drop, base, rally, and price returned into it, and you have your buys. And price returned into it, and you have your buys. And look at the same thing here. We have rally. We have a base area here. We have a drop. Price return back into the zone, and you have your drop. Okay, let's still go further. Let me take you further on this. Let me look for some more zones. Let me look for some more zones, where we have something similar. Now look at this area. We have let me bring up my polyline. We have a rally, we have a base here, then we have a break of structure. Then price returns back into the zone, and we have a drop. That's a supply zone. That's a supply zone in the market. That's a supply zone. Now let me bring up my polyline again. We have rally, then we have this area as a base. We have this area as a base. We have a drop. Price returns back into the zone, and we have a drop. So if you're, these supply and demand zones you can easily fusion it into your intraday moves. Is very good catching a very good setup when it comes to intraday. You can as well use it on higher time frames to catch a swing trade, and it depends on the way you want to use it. Any concept we trade, including the institutional candles, you can use it to catch a day trading moves. You can also use it to catch a swing trading moves. So it depends on how you want to use it and how you want to apply it. So in the next series, what I'll be teaching you is how to actually refine the zones. You know, at times when you pick the zones, at times when you pick the zone, when you see the zone, sometimes it comes massive and you are like, are you going to mark the like this one that I annotated before? Like, what actually are you going to be looking out for in this zone? This is zone. This is zone. What are you going to be looking out for in this zone in order to catch your, or in order to catch your move, or how to identify a valid zone in order to catch your move. That's what I'll be treating in the second series. So don't miss it for anything. It's going to be a continuation of this one. So I look forward to seeing you on the second series. Bye for now.